and I just want to reiterate what my colleagues have said, Deputy O'Sullivan and Deputy Wallace, in relation to the Special Criminal Court and the continuation of the Offences Against the State Act, which has been around since 1940, I think it was, when it was original. And and we have this charade every year of renewing it, and and the government actually brings very little information to the House and actually how this should continue on. And I know there is a document has been laid before the House in the Library that outlines the amount of offences that have been people have been arrested under and stuff like that there. And while there may be a need for a special court, I don't think there is, but there may be, and we could argue about that, and that's in the future in terms of the special court in terms of the paramilitary crimes or what that the court might be necessary. But I think the real danger in this is in relation to how the Gardaí actually use the Offences Against the State Act, because the Gardaí actually arrest people under the Offences Against the State Act, where they have, I believe that they don't have any powers of arrest at all, but they use it because it's convenient and because it's easy and because they can do it, and there's nobody, and the criminal and the justice system or the solicitors or anybody else won't stand up and challenge them in relation to that at all, because I suppose probably because the view is that if somebody comes before the courts charged under the Offence Against the State Act, well then the view is from everybody that they're already guilty anyway, so therefore why should they receive the justice, or why should they receive law as everybody else is entitled to it? And I think that has a lot to do with it, and I think that is what's wrong with the system that we have here, is the way that it's used and abused, and it's used and abused by convenience of the Gardaí to ensure that they can just do whatever they want, and as long as we have that, we will undermine the justice system right across the country, as Deputy Sullivan has said and Deputy Wallace has said. Where is justification for this? I don't believe it's there. I think we should be having a more constructive debate. We should have a fuller debate. We should have a discussion about what actually the guards are doing, and every other country right across Europe has bigger problems in crime and drug dealing and everything else than we have, and yet they can deal with this and they can do it, but yet we can't. And we seem to can't because we have this convenience here, and it's very handy, and you can arrest people without any evidence. You can hold them for 7 days, and you can do justice for them, and you can bring them before the courts, and everything's dealt with very quickly and very handily. So for that reason, I think we should oppose this. I think we should have a more constructive debate, and we should have a more long-term debate actually around the operation of these courts as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Pringle. Now we move on to